Hey, in today's video, we're going to do a quick how-to on the SuccessFactors Configuration Transport Center. Let's go. So as I record this video, Configuration Transport Center has been out for probably 3 years now. A couple of years ago, I blogged about Configuration Transport Center, expressing some frustrations about the undocumented limitations with it. I will say it's come a good long way in the last couple of years. There are still some limitations to it. However, now SuccessFactors has come back and said that the legacy tool that Configuration Transport Center is replacing, which is instant synchronization, is going away. And the only thing that's going to be left is Configuration Transport Center. So, like it or not, it's time to learn Configuration Transport Center. As I said, it's come a long way. And what I'm going to do today is just go through an example of the transport process and how it works. I'm not going to try to go about saying what the limitations are in the product today, because hopefully a lot of them will go away by the time you're watching this video. But before we get started with the demo, I do want to mention some prerequisites that we're skipping for this video. You do need to set up a pairing between your source system and your target system. This process is essentially the same thing that is in place within Instant Sync, if you're familiar with that process. But if not, it's really quite simple. You just need to be able to log into both places. You're going to generate a target token and be able to copy it into your source system to just confirm the linkage between the two. But once that is set up, you should be good to go. That process is really simple. The second piece is to set up a transport route that heads to your target system. But again, both of those things are really straightforward to do, so we're going to skip them here. But I did want to mention those so that you did know that you do need to complete those before you would be able to complete the transport process itself. So let's get started. I'm going to go in now and I'm going to go to the transport center. So I tend to navigate using keywords. And so I'm just going to put in the word transport because I know that will get me where I need to go, in this case to Configuration Transport Center. And then from here, basically, one of the key things about doing transports within SuccessFactors that maybe if you're a legacy SAP person that you're not used to is in SAP, we had this great thing that automatically just recorded what we were doing configuration wise so that it would move it up and bundle it into transports. That's not the case in SuccessFactors. So instead, you need to make sure that you identify as you're doing your work which kinds of updates you are making within the system, because you're going to need to be able to explicitly identify the items so that you can move them up. So the business rules are actually under platform. So we need to go to that area of the configuration, and I'm just going to type in rule here. And of course, if I know my rule, I can go ahead and put in that rule name here. But the other cool thing that I have here at my disposal is last modified date. So I'm just going to choose last 7 days, and because I know I just made the change. So I'm going to identify my rule from the list, and I'm going to select it. So this is the rule that I just updated. You can see, well, you can't see because you don't know what day it is, but I am selecting this one. This is one I just updated. So now the next thing I need to do is I need to add it to a bundle. So I'm going to click on the add to new bundle, and I'm just going to call this ESG rule. Okay, so now I have added my rule to a bundle. So a bundle is like a transport request. If I have multiple objects that I want to add to the request, I can do so. In our case, we're keeping it simple and we're only doing this one. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do a bundle management. We're going to go to this bundle management, and we are going to select the ESG rule, and we're going to initiate the transport. So I'm going to click on this to initiate the transport. I will select the data center and the company ID. So I'm just going to continue and continue again. And then I'm going to hit transport. Your transport request has been submitted. So now you will see that it has been set to ready to import. So this is set up and ready to be imported within the target system. So now I'm going to log into the target system and we are going to complete the transport process there. Okay, I am now in the transport center in the target system that I'm sending the transport to. I'm going to go to transport requests. I'm going to click on imports. And you can see here's the transport. I actually accidentally duplicated it. That's fine. Now I'm just going to hit the transport validate. So now I will click on validate the action, and this will process. And this is just going to go through, and this went really quickly. If you have a bunch of objects, it may take you a little while, but validation just basically means it simulates the process of importing. If there's a problem, it's going to let you know about it. So that worked out just fine. So now I'm just going to do the import. And voila, no, not voila. Oh yeah, now it's done. So again, very, very quickly. So what have we done? We've been able to move a object, in this case, a business rule, from one environment to the next, and do it in a way where we have a path set up, and you will be able to see and confirm that the change is in your system. So that's pretty much it. So again, the devil is in the detail, as always with this stuff. But once you set this up, and assuming over time that pretty much every object is going to be available in the transport center, then eventually we will only need to use this transport center in order to move everything up from one environment to the next. And certainly I would highly recommend that you always come here first to try to do the transport. If there is some sort of limitation you bump up against, that's okay. Then go back to some other format, such as import and export data, what have you, if whatever it is that you need to get the job done. But again, let's start. The time is right to start learning how to use the transport center. So thanks very much for your time.